Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of the new My GM mode. I say that a couple of times, but this year we're going to be starting with the Washington Wizards. Now, it's a team I've actually never really liked, to be honest, but the direction they're going and the trades they made the offseason really makes this team interesting, and not many people ever put attention to them, except for Wizards fans. Now, they did draft Denny. I googled how to say his name and now I just forgot. Um, but I'll just call him Danny for now. With the ninth pick this year, he is like a. I saw some of his highlights. He's a small forward, but he can dribble the ball, bring it up. He's kind of in the direction of kind of the player that Luka Doncic is, but not as developed. Far from being anything like Luka, but could be that type of player because he is a small forward slash power forward, 6'9", so he's not that tall, but he can dribble the ball. So he might be. I'm looking to give him some minutes at point guard. And speaking of point guards, the point guard of this team, Russell Westbrook. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because I have no idea what I'm gonna do with him. That's why I wanted to play with this team because it's a very interesting dynamic. Of course, Russ is not in his prime, or it's hard to say if he's in his prime or not. He is 32 years old, so he's probably a year or two away from his decline. And people may say that he's already declining, but he's could still average a triple double, which is crazy. Bradley Beal, a scoring machine. Like this, Bradley Beal's like a good center or a good, uh, maybe just like Russell Westbrook, a good teammate from making All NBA teams. I believe he has made a couple of All NBA teams, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Actually, he's never made an All NBA team, which is quite disturbing. I think last year he had a really good season. He averaged 25 points in last. Oh wow, never mind, 30 points, and then the year before that 25. But I think last year he did not play as many games. Of course, he played 57, but the year prior he played 82 games, and in 82 games he averaged 25. And for him not to have an All NBA nod, that's kind of speaks volume for how much people don't care about the Wizards. But Bradley Beal is an amazing player. Just last night, I'm recording this the day after he dropped 60. So like I said, he's a great player. Just needs a teammate to step him into the help him take that extra step. Just like Chris Paul is gonna do with Devin Booker. I'm hopefully Russell Westbrook can do that with Bradley Beal. Even though Bradley Beal isn't that young, he's already 27. He's a couple years from 30 years old, and after that, most players do hit a decline, unless they're like Kevin Durant or Chris Paul. Chris Paul hit a decline, but later in his career. Now after that, after Bradley Beal and Russ, Thomas Bryant, future center of this team. I was thinking of maybe tanking and taking a center in the draft, but this year's draft isn't very interesting. Now I don't really know any of the players besides like Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, and Cade Cunningham. Besides that, not very up to date. So I have to do more research on the players. Don Maker's brother, McCurr, sorry. But one thing I was interested in is getting a backup point guard, because Ish Smith at 32 years old, if we're gonna have maybe just trade Ish Smith for a pick and have Cassius Winston as the backup point guard. I think another weak position would be the shooting guard position. I feel like our starters are good. It's the bench where we struggle with. Just for the guard position. And I would say for centers as well. After Mo Wagner, I don't really trust Robin Lopez with any playing time. He's not gonna get any playing time. He's just here to help Bryant and Mo Wagner develop. So let's see. So yeah, of course we talked about Denny, a great player. I'm so happy that the Wizards re-signed, because I think if the Wizards have any chance of taking that next step, it's Davis Bertans. Great player. I know he only averages 15 points, but in my eyes, he's like Sabonis, Domantas Sabonis from the Pacers, who's I believe just 1 or 2 seasons from good training away from being an all-star. And it's kind of weird for him, seeing him be an all-star, but I think he could take that step. I didn't even know he was a second round pick. But yeah, I really like him. He's on a decent contract. It's not that crazy. 15, 16, 16, 17. And the player option goes back down to 16, so that's helpful in the cap. Um, After that, Denny, Mo Wagner, great backup center. Maybe he'll split time with Thomas Bryant, like exactly down the middle. Maybe they'll both play like 22 minutes, somewhere around there, or 24. Um, Troy Brown, I've seen him play. I think he should be a higher overall. I would say he's like a 76, 77. But he's a good player. I think he's from Oregon. I remember seeing him play in Oregon. Yeah, I think he played with Dylan Brooks, and he was a decent player there. So, and I seen him in real life. He's a great player. I think he's a good three. Let's see. I hate 2Ks. He has a 79 3. I think we can move that up to an 85 slowly and develop him a little bit better. Ish Smith, like I said, probably gonna trade him in this video, just so something can get done in this video. Neto, not the same thing. Not a good, interesting point guard. He's small. He has a small frame. It's only 179. When you're way less than 180 and you're over 6 feet, you're gonna get pushed around in the NBA. The only thing he's good at is threes, but I don't even think this team's heading towards a shooting type team. I feel like this team would be like the 76ers, how they just drive to the basket and they get open shots. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Neto, and then Robin Lopez spoke earlier. Don't really see many future in this team with him. Jerome Robinson, I might send him to the G League if I still can. I will, but he has the potential, but we'll see. Another player, Isaac Bonga. I really like Bonga because I've drafted him in fantasy drafts, and I'll just play him at every position. And he's not good enough to be like a great player, but he can get to like an 82, like if you play him a lot and develop him. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find ways to play him. Probably have Russell Westbrook develop him. And I see Isaac Bonga kind of being like a Russell Westbrook type player where he can attack the basket. He won't shoot threes. I think he has like a low shooting three. Let's see attributes. 79. Actually, it used to be lower. I think in the past 2Ks it was like 60 something. But he's an interesting player that hopefully we can develop. Garrison Matthews. I've never heard of him. He's on a 2-way deal. Might not keep that. And Cassius Winston, like I spoke of earlier. I don't know who Aziz. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, but he's just another big on this team. Gonna keep him over Robin Lopez after this year because Lopez is on a 1-year deal. Do we have any cap space? No, we don't. Because I wanted to sign Isaiah Thomas off free agency, but that would be counterintuitive to what I wanted to do of develop young players. And there's not any good young point guards. Alcabo, Cal Bowman. I saw him playing the Warriors last year. It's not his fault because the Warriors were pretty bad. Emmanuel Mudiay, I didn't know he was a free agent. That's kind of sad because I used to be a big fan of Emmanuel Mudiay. Let's see where his stats are. His ratings, 88 mid, 78. Can we sign him? I kind of want to. Okay, maybe at 5 million, I'll be if he accepts this, it'll be kind of good, really good for us. He's declined, so let's see if we can trade. Ish Smith, create some cap, create some free space. I just need a pick from anyone, or maybe I can get a different point guard. This deal for Hernan Gomez is interesting if I can trade Lopez with him, but they would have too many players, right? The Timberwolves are over the cap. Then how are we gonna accept this trade? Oh, they would be over the hard. Never mind. Let's look for another trade. Or maybe who's the smallest contract? This is kind of difficult because there's no one that I can see being amazing or worth trading. I guess Stanley Johnson wouldn't be horrible. Maybe a little bit more cap space. I'm fine with that. So let's see if we can now pick up menu media. These menus are so confusing. I doubt that made that much space. I didn't think it made any. So I think the 576 is the minimum, cap minimum. So let's see who has a big contract. So Robin Lopez. Let's see what we can get for him. There is nothing much. We just got Stanley Johnson. So Damian Dotson. Is he young? Yeah, he's young, right? 26. Never mind. What do the Cavs have that don't have a big contract? D Wade. Oh, Thon Maker. Let's see if we can do that. We need a bigger. Why is everyone why does everyone have so many contracts? I'm tempted to do this one for Bismack because this is or Muscala. 2 million. So now let's see if we can get Moody. Also, I still have the 576. Let's see if we can give him a player option. That would help a little bit. Still declined it. We're so close though. It's like probably like we were just able to make a little bit more space. How much space do we have? So we're negative 14. So we would have to trade 3, 3, 6, 9. There's no way we're getting to that amount to sign Emmanuel Mudiay. Garrison Matthews at 1.4 million. I don't think that's worth it. If we release him, we won't owe him money, right? So what's our cap now? Negative. Okay, so still that didn't help. So let's try to trade Stanley Johnson. Let's see what we can get. I mean, honestly, keeping Stanley Johnson wouldn't be the worst because that's a decent small forward, and he can still develop. And I'm pretty sure he should be a higher overall. He had a good finals run with Kawhi, making it sound like he was the leader on that team or something. So we're not gonna be able to sign Emmanuel Mudiay, which is fine. Let's see what another point guard we can get that's young. So not Emmanuel Mudiay, and everyone else is old. So I mean maybe Okubo, but Zaire Smith. But I think he's more expensive. Yeah, no. Let's go back to shooting guard. Zach Norvell. Jacob Evans wasn't that bad. Charles Brown. Rajon Tucker. Malik Newman. Is it Kentucky? No, Kansas. I thought he went to Kentucky. Wow, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Just to find one player. Oh, we have 7 million in cap hold. Why is that? How can I release that? It's still negative 14, so I don't know. There was no point in that. So we need a point guard. So let's see if Isaiah Thomas will take the 5 million. I doubt it. I mean, we can give him a no trade clause. Should we take the fall on Isaiah Thomas just for 1 year? I mean, and if he's gonna be decent, we might give him a team option just to see. Will he accept this? He's declined it. Okay. So he's not gonna accept that. So let's do a 1 year. And let's see if he accepts this. He doesn't accept it, man. If it's in the green, shouldn't they accept it? So let's give him no trade clause as well. Let's see if he accepts this. Declines it. So we can't even get Isaiah Thomas. So there's no point in that. I might go with Okubo. I'm going to go with Okubo. He's decent. I know that. So we didn't get our first nor second option at point guard. But we do get our third option. And now Okubo will be splitting minutes with Cassius Winston. Neto, you're gone too. Let's see if we can get someone young. I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone. Vernon Carey, I think he's a good dunker. Yeah, I would guess. Nah, not really. What is he good at? Defense? He is nothing that's over average. Strength. Should we trade for someone just for their strength? Oh, Glenn Robinson is interesting. Crooks, actually really like Crooks, so we'll take that. And that's kind of gonna hurt us because Crooks and Daniel are kind of like the same players. So see how that goes. So this was just an introduction to the Wizards team. Next video will be the first game against the Raptors. So we're gonna probably get killed by with Pascal Siakam. Completely forgot his name. See Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet. I think it was a good matchup. Besides probably Pascal Siakam, because there's no way. I didn't even talk about our player from last year, Rui Hachimura, because I was just thinking who's matched up against Pascal. I don't think I talked about Rui, but Rui is our was our rookie from last year. This year, sophomore year. How did he do last year? I'm not very don't really pay attention to the Wizards. Oh wow, 13 points per game, not bad. 13 and 6. So yeah, probably Rui's gonna, if he takes a good jump with Bertans, we should be good. Can't wait to play Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. It's gonna be really really fun. Maybe we trade Russell, maybe we don't. I guess we'll see that on that later on in the season. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.